Welcome inside the new Volkswagen Polo. As I expected, materials are top-notch here, especially in the upper part of the dashboard, but quality tends to take a dive as you go to the lower areas. However, that's not an issue because all its rivals use the same trick. The new Polo is also larger than its predecessor, which means more room inside. Cubby holes, for example, are represented by this one in the armrest. You also get one here, you can place your smartphone or your wallet. It also offers induction charging if you specify that. I've got two cup holders here and decently sized door pockets. I mentioned cabin spaciousness before, but I was in fact thinking about the rear seats. Now, the number one benefit you get from the Polo's increased size is plenty of legroom in the back, more than decent levels of headroom, enough shoulder room, and to be honest, you're sitting like in the back of a compact model, not in a super mini. Don't expect a lot of storage spaces like up front, but you do have these pockets in the front seats and, let's say, decently sized door pockets.
The new Polo offers 351 liters of boot space, which is 59 liters more than the new Ford Fiesta and 9 liters less than the Nissan Micra, enough to secure a position among the segment's leaders in this department. In typical Volkswagen no-nonsense fashion, the infotainment system is easy to use, it shows no glitches, and the logical menus stand for a fast, free browsing experience.
My father once told me that being a pragmatic gets you the extra win in life, that you're some steps ahead of a competition by adopting such approach. Apparently, I did not listen because otherwise I wouldn't have been driving and reviewing cars for a living. But do you know what car maker is a good example of a good pragmatic? That would be Volkswagen, and the best way to show that is by looking at their latest product, aka the new Polo Super Mini. Should you wish my honest opinion on how the new Polo looks, I would say this, and I would say it one time only. The new Polo looks like my grandfather's fishing vest. But that's not the point here, because it's more important what the Polo does, and in fact people are buying it for what it can do, not for what it looks like, as I will detail. The car I'm driving has a 1-liter engine that, yes, it's coming from a soon-to-be extinct era of downsizing, and its 3 cylinders might not mean that much, but they stuck a turbocharger onto it, so it now makes 95 horsepower. Again, it's not much, there are rivals who get more horsepower from the same engine displacement. However, if you couple it with the 5-speed manual this car also has, you get a zippy vehicle. There you have it, I said zippy when describing a Volkswagen, and I'm not even sorry. You can also have DSG transmission with this engine, and this I recommend for those who will mostly use the car around the city. However, despite the 1-liter engine being the popular choice, I think most customers will go for this one. I think the better compromise would be if you had the 1.5 Evo engine, it's also a gasoline engine, combined with the DSG gearbox, and that would give the new Polo a bit more grunt. Now, let's talk a bit about chassis and suspension when it comes to the new Polo. Now, I think the MQB platform is Wolfsburg's best product, let's say, in the past 10 years or so. Forget the co-reverse, forget the Golf. The MQB platform is so versatile, it can hold so many models, and the number one advantage you get is that they get always a perfect balance between comfort and road handling. I do not know how they do it, but they do it. It doesn't mean the new Polo is a Fiesta in terms of handling, but it's close, and it's right up there with the top performers in this segment. And the cabin is quiet, there's proper insulation, you get no noise inside, you can even maintain a conversation at highway speeds. You can see it's raining cats and dogs. It's not the best condition to go out there and just have a drive on the highway, but the cabin is quite alright when it comes to soundproofing. Again, the engine being a 3-cylinder, you'd expect it to send more vibrations inside, but it does not. It has a hum, a specific hum, which comes into play after, let's say, 2500, 3000 RPM, but otherwise, It's very civil and the cabin is a nice place to be. Not to mention the seats are comfortable, and I do feel like I'm sitting in a compact model and not in a Super Mini. Other Super Minis in the segment are quite cramped, and it's not the case with the new Polo. I know after it grew up, its size is equal to the Volkswagen Golf Mark IV, and it's not just PR work or marketing stuff, it's really as they say it this time. So, is the new Polo worth the money? I think yes. Because this car ticks so many boxes and they really come up with a quality product. I'm not speaking only in regard of material quality, but also in what it feels like to drive it. In its segment, I think it's maybe one of the best, if not the best. And this is the car you want to challenge if you want to mean something in the Super Mini segment, because the Super Mini segment is as crowded as a can of sardines, just like the crossover segment. And competition can be a bitch. Volkswagen might have 99 problems, but competition ain't one, at least in the Super Mini segment.
If you enjoyed this review, make sure to click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe by clicking on our logo. Also, if you want to share your opinion or even contradict me, feel free to do so in the comments section below.